What's good, y'all? It's your boy Reek got options, and like I always say, whether the market's up or down, we see green. And today, SPY was up and down in the market. You could have made money to the upside and to the downside if you played it the right way and set up your proper support and resistance levels. And we're going to go over that right now. What I want you guys to see is that, hey, we still have not broken down from this level right here at 702. That was the high on April 16th, right? So all you need to do is take a horizontal line. Boom. You now have support. 1-2 times we have tested this support. We have not broken down from here, and we're at the 9 EMA. Let me put a horizontal line right here at the previous all-time highs at 698. So until you break below 698, because we did get this breakout and kept going, until we break below here, we're not touching anything down here. 690 is my downside before it starts to get ugly if people start to take profit at the highs. Right now, what I see is a bull pennant forming though. Let me take this out of here and let me show you something real quick. Bull pennant. So a bull pennant is when you sit there and you have your pole, right? Boom. And then instead of making a flag coming down here, you stop and then you just consolidate here at the highs. And then you figure out if you want to break out or if you want to break down. Now, a bull pennant is a bullish setup. We can start consolidating here and then boom, rip out of here above 712. Then I believe SPY will run to 720, 730. It will cause a lot of euphoria in the market and just start sending you up. But if this move gets invalidated and this resistance stays strong, then we come down to support and test that. We break down a support, we come down to the next level. So in between 698 and then 690 before we try to get down here to where we had another breakout, a gap up and breakout, which is a strong buy area at 675 for SPY. We can just fill this gap up all the way down here at 660, which is a 200 EMA. Now, technicals reign supreme. Remember that, but we are still dependent on these headlines and they influence what's going on in the market. Okay. Another thing, when you are day trading, if you are a 0DTE trader, you need to pay attention to intraday trading. All right. So we're going to trade intraday. This is what I want to show you. I showed you guys this last time, but let's go to a 15-minute chart. And once we get there, we're going to find first 15-minute high, pre-market low, and first 15-minute low. All right. Pre-market high, we're right here, 711.17. We just got to mark that up right there. Boom. And then let's just walk it down. Go to the first 15-minute high. We're here with it. And then first 15-minute low. And then pre-market low. Look how these areas are respected. Okay. We got the support right here. At first 15-minute low, we run up. We have resistance at the pre-market high. We break down, we come back to the 15-minute low, and then a lot of buyers stepped in right here, and we bounced off the 50 EMA. That caused a lot of running up. So a good 45 minutes of just running up, really an hour going all the way up, and then we broke down. Now, puts could have got triggered by breaking below the pre-market high. Then first 15-minute high, and then it was a crazy flush. If you want to take these out of here right here, right? You want to take these out and just use your fibs and go from these same levels. Now use your psychological areas, 50%, 618, 66 range, and the 78% trace level, these four areas, and look at the confluence. Okay, so first of all, we came down here and what we do, we touch the 50% retracement level. We break out, get over the 78% retracement level. We're bullish now. Now we came down, held support right here, 70% retracement level. Came back, retested the pre-market high, and then we flushed under the 78% retracement level, and that's when the 9 EMA and the 21 EMA started crossing. That was the trigger for puts, and then boom, it started going down super crazy. If you don't know how to use TradingView like that, you can click this cursor right here, and then you can add an alert when EMAs are crossing or add an alert when the price breaks down, and then boom, you're good money. Back to the daily with SPY though, right? Let's get this out the way. Back to the daily with SPY. What you want to focus on is the setup right here. All right, this bull pennant, we can just slide this back down right here, move this up. Now this area is where we're going to be trading in with SPY, and this will be the breakout above 712.50 or the breakdown below 702. Under 702, preferably under 700. That's when you start getting some selling pressure. And remember, breaking down sell-offs, they're not bad for the market. It's healthy. Pullbacks are definitely healthy. So always remember that. looking at Intel Corporation, if you were with me on the Discord last night in Zoom, you would have seen that we drew up a bull flag going into earnings. Again, trading earnings is essentially gambling to me. But when you have the telltales like this, like all the telltale signs, like Trump administration's investing in Intel, Intel with a bull flag, Intel's running up, the pre-earnings run up, then hey, you might want to put your money in there for the long term. All right, because this is what it did right after earnings. You see that we closed at $66.78. Look what it did right when the bell rang. Boom, ran all the way up to 80. So Intel above 81.50, 82 is going to keep running. And don't think that we're just calling this out because we've seen them move today. No, that is not how RGO market bullies move. What we do is we get ahead of plays. We chart things up all the time. You see my multi-year Fibonacci retracements are on here, but check us out in the Discord. In the long-term central, we talked about this on March 11th and then also April 1st. Swing trade, Intel, May 15th, $50 call. The entry is 420, exit 550, stop loss at 300. Also, Intel, October 16th, $60 call. Entry is 500, exit 650, stop loss at 275. These plays been called out already. We've been charting Intel for a while. RG is going to get to it first. We will get there first before anybody. All right. I'm not always right, but I'll never steer you wrong. And you see this setup right here, along with the Trump administration investing in Intel. Oh man, it was a recipe for success. It just ran up. And if you want to make money with the big dogs, you got to figure out what Warren Buffett's investing into, Kathy Wood, Michael Burry, if he's shorting things, Trump administration, Warren Buffett. Again, I think I said his name already, but like, these are winners. Okay. They didn't become billionaires just by playing around. Oh yeah, Nancy Pelosi. So pay attention to those things and boom, you're going to start making money. If you surround yourself around millionaires, 5 million, you're surrounding yourself around 5 millionaires, you'll be the 6th one. Trust me. Now, looking at Tesla, Tesla broke down today after having a good earnings with the double beat, right? And before, matter of fact, let's go back to Intel and check out this earnings right here. This beat was crazy. This surprise was wild. That I never seen nothing like that in earnings. But back to Tesla. Looking at Tesla, all right, it did break down. We were talking about a teeter-totting around here, just consolidating around the 200 EMA. The 50 did not cross it, so that was bearish. Tesla dropped. I told you if Tesla starts to drop again, the next level to the downside can be 357. This is my 618 range on my multi-year Fibonacci retracement. And it's the 400 EMA on the daily. Tesla has not been a stranger to making big pops. Now, you see this right here and you're like, we could drop. But what I see is inverted head and shoulders. So let's just draw that up real quick. Left shoulder, head, possible right shoulder. Okay. Now, when you're seeing things like this with Tesla, we break down from right here. Cool. That's great. But if we hold and Tesla starts to run up, that is going to be money in the bank. All right. But you have to pay attention to this. When in doubt, zoom out. You don't ever want to be in a situation where you're guessing. Okay. So you play level to level, never bias, level to level. Man, don't just sit there on the bear bias or anything like that, because we did go up and we came back down. But look what we ran up to. 388. Then we fell back down. They had a good earnings beat. They jumped up to 405. Excuse me. Goodness gracious. To 405 after earnings, and then it started to sell off. So under the 200 EMA, yes, I am bearish. We get above here and then it's going to be lights out for Tesla. So if you want to sit on cash and wait, because this is like no man's land right here, if this inverted head and shoulders does not play out, cool. If you want to play all the way down to 357, just make sure you have a game plan and you have it charted up. You take your 618 range, highlight it. That's what I did. I will move it from the top, put it at the top or bottom of a level, and watch this right here. Boom. Look where we closed at 618 range. So we could possibly have support right here, because you had support here. It wasn't that strong. We fell. Then we tried to break out and it wasn't strong, like I said. So if we do hold this, that could get us running back up. But if we start to get down in here, it would trigger a sell. And I would just turn this red just so I know, hey, we're selling when we're inside this area. All right. So that's what we got going on. Back to SPY. Remember, we have a structure set up now. Okay. We have a resistance and we have support. We start to break down here, puts all day on the 702. We get out of 712, then yeah, you can jump on those calls right there. But like I always say, whether the market's up or down, we see green. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to become a market bully, check the description, and the 7-day trader pass link is in there for free, so you can see how we get down the Discord, and you can experience everything from just all the wins we post in the winner circle, whether it's small wins or big wins, the Mag 7 bot calling out premium plays 24/7 when they see anything called out across that wire. We have the small accounts where we're coaching you up in here to, you know, build your small account up from $100 to $500, whatever it is. Whatever you start with, we got you. General chat, we're here. We got mad information, options rundown, trading strategies, everything. Like, remember, we got things like this. Day trades, 0 DTE. We're telling you about risk management and all that. All right. So don't forget, we're providing a lot of things for you here in this Discord, and it really doesn't cost much. All right. $20 a month, first 7 days free. Okay. Get with me.